Alright, so it's been a few minutes. I just painted the edge. It's still tacky. It's still tacky. So I noticed something really interesting here on the can. So it says here dielectric strength dry. So I guess that means it only gets that dielectric strength once it dries. And then it has underneath it dielectric strength when wet. So while it's wet, it's actually lower, 1,200 volts per mil. Must be per millimeter. So while the paint is still tacky, I just want to do some tests. I'm going to apply a little bit of gasoline, rub it, see if it'll damage the paint. I've actually already done this off camera, and unfortunately it does damage the paint while it's wet, at least. And I'm going to try some brake fluid, some power steering fluid, some engine oil, and some differential oil, gear oil. So starting off with gasoline. It does seem to have some resistance to it, especially as it's drying, but there you have it. At least while it's wet, it's not immune to gasoline. And if I push it on there, I tried it on another part that I painted, and it will come off. It's a little bit disappointing. I'm not putting a lot of faith into this paint right now. The Napa industrial paint, while it was wet, it would actually resist diesel. Not resist, it would actually just, you could mix. I dumped a bunch of gasoline as I tried to clean up the spray gun, and it would not mix. Whatever, I tried mixing it in with a stick and mixing it around, it did not stick. It did not mix, but okay, now for some brake fluid. Does brush off as well. So let's see, there's a brake fluid coming off. Very unfortunate. Power steering fluid. Doesn't seem to be as strong, but still seems like it's able to have some bad effect on it. Not nearly as much as the gasoline. And this is really important. Okay, this is, by the way, the transmissions were also painted inside. There's some gear oil. Like it's immune to gear oil. Yeah. Even while it's tacky. So, beat gear oil, which is, pretty sure most paints are immune to gear oil. Let's try some engine oil. figure out a spot where it's not really necessary to have paint. It seems immune to the engine oil as well. So that's good news. I'll repeat the test once the paint is fully cured. The can does not say how long it takes for the paint to fully cure, by the way. However, pretty much the best way to tell is just smelling it. If it still smells like paint, that means it's not cured enough. So, and it still smells like paint and it still feels tacky. So I'll leave it till tomorrow. I might just lay on another light coat on it. That's the conclusion of the wet test. I don't know if you guys caught that, so I said that was the conclusion of the wet test. Resistance to automotive chemicals while the paint is still wet. See once it dries, but a lot of paints, gasoline is a really strong chemical. As long as it's got a nice, see the thing with the gasoline is it evaporates quickly. So the main chemicals that I'm interested in is the engine oil, because it's on an engine. You're likely to have, an engine oil leak, or you're going to drop some engine oil in there. As you change your engine oil, that seems reasonable. Transmission, because you also want to paint the transmission. I guess that's pretty much it. Power steering fluid, like I said, common automotive chemicals, fluids. We should also test the coolant. Just quickly get a bit of coolant if you want to watch. Here's some coolant. Take a look. Just resprayed it. Just slides over the coolant. coolant just slides over the paint, so it's immune to the coolant as well. The other thing is, you see, what I can also do is maybe I can use this as like a primer, as a base paint, and I can, outside at least, just apply a regular trim-clad rust paint or an engine enamel, Napa, that industrial coating I was talking about. That's another option. Because I know it was resistant to gasoline, extremely resistant to gasoline. So this paint, at least while it's wet, doesn't seem to like gasoline that much. So I can use this to resist oil, engine heat, and just stick really well to the engine. And I can use another layer of industrial paint to resist gasoline. And to change the color. This red color is not the nicest looking engine. To me, that's not a concern. I just want it to be durable, easy to clean, and look nice, and be rust proof. See, if you don't paint it, whenever you spill any oil or whatever, it gets absorbed into the cast iron, which is relatively porous. And by having this layer of paint on it, it makes cleaning up the engine really easy. You could say that you don't really need to clean an engine, which, I mean, you don't really have to, but I like to, and to me, the way I feel it is that having a clean engine helps protect other parts. Like having a clean engine bay protects the electrical components, especially like the alternator and that stuff. And if you just have a bunch of junk, it could get on the belt, that kind of stuff. But I mean, you could still clean it, power washer. I just feel that this way it's better. I also applied it on top of the old paint, by the way. That's inside here. I just applied it really quickly. See how that's going to work out. I'm not going to remove the camshaft on this engine. It's a little bit more difficult. Trying to save some time. So I will remove the camshaft on the overhead valve engine. Let's get the whole thing painted inside.